Here's a more detailed look at my 1974 Cardinal project. My wife and I wanted a plane we could do more in than just can't be done in a rental. I saw this project for sale and it looked promising. So my good friend Bob and I flew to Washington State to have a look. Everything looked good, no corrosion, spar carry-through was in excellent shape, so the deal was made. She just barely fit into the 25-foot Ryder truck. Notice we had to remove the axles. These slides are not necessarily in chronological order, but generally this is how the project progressed. The first big job was getting the fuselage painted. 3-step process: acid etch, primer, top coat. The lower cowl had some damage that had to be repaired. Also shows the original paint scheme. Back in her corner at Marshall Airport, firewall is all cleaned up. Resealed the nose gear strut. Did I mention it gets really cold in Michigan in the winter? Use that old hot water trick. Now time for the engine overhaul. There's the crankshaft with the connecting rods installed. Counterweights on the crankshaft. It's an interesting issue I found was the bolts securing the oil pump to the accessory housing require a certain size, $53 a piece, but one size larger or shorter and they're only $8 a piece. But when it's the bolts holding your oil pump on your $30,000 motor, do you really want to skimp? I paid it. Welcome to aircraft ownership. Starting to look like a motor now. All ready to be installed. Mounting is really pretty easy and we had it done in about an hour. And I met this guy. Wings and flight controls. Full cantilever wings on the Cardinal, no silly struts. These are my old buddies from my A10 mechanic days helped out. Just the fuel and vent lines. Aileron cables. Now she has wings again. My to-do list just got a lot longer. Rudder, flaps, ailerons, panels, a million other things to do. Flight controls require a balance check after they are repainted. Thanks, John, for helping out. This is the flap follower cable. It shows the position of the flaps in the cockpit. Flaps have to be installed first in order to fare the ailerons to them. Verifying that the flaps move as they are supposed to. Notice how smooth the flap indicator is moving. I was really happy with that. Tail surfaces installed. Anti-collision light wired up and working. Engine baffling installed. The baffling directs the cooling air down through the cylinders in the cowling. Very important. Another issue was the cowl stop bump. Mine was missing and nobody had one. There was none to be had. This is what it looks like. I couldn't find one anywhere, so I made one out of stainless steel. Avionics and Interior. This is what I had to start with, not much. Very expensive box. An old school style panel made out of 90 thousandths aluminum. The digital fuel tank senders and the gauge. There's the finished product. Anna approves. Calibrating the fuel tank senders. Thanks Ed for all the help. 2 gallons at a time. Spar carry through primed and protected. Headliner getting ready for installation. Headliner is installed. Interior mostly installed. Seats and seat belts installed. New brake lines. Finally all cowled up for the first time. I think she looks amazing. The flight deck's transformed. The first start of the motor, it ran great, needed a little tweaking, but she's ready for a test flight. Once all the final inspections are done and all the paperwork equals the weight of the airplane, she'll be ready to fly. Thanks for all the friends and family that helped out, and especially Griswold Aviation in Marshall, Michigan, and T&J Aviation in Hastings, Michigan. I couldn't have done it without you guys.